Noon pa man, malaki na ang naging bahagi ng mga kababaihan sa lipunang Pilipino. Kaisa sila sa marubdob na paghahangad ng kalayaan ng ating lahi. Kabilang sila sa paglinang ng ating makulay na sining at mayamang kultura. Kasapi sila sa pagtataguyod ng mga adhikain ng kapwa mamamayan at sa pagtugon sa mga pangangailangan ng lipunan. Katuwang sila sa pagtuklas sa mga larangan ng agham at medisina. Kapanalig sila sa pagpapairal ng batas, karapatan at katarungan para sa lahat. Kabahagi sila sa paglilingkod sa bayan at sa pagpapanatili ng demokrasyang Pilipino. Sa paglipas ng panahon, hindi nagmaliw ang kanilang pag-ibig sa ating inang bayan. Mga kababayan, ito ang alay ng mga kababaihang Pilipino para sa bayan. Tumayo po tayong lahat at sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dilim mo'y buhay. Lupang hiniram, gulatan ng magiging, sa manlulupin, di ka masisingil. Sa nagatak lubog sa singer at sa lalim mong babang, magilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isang ng patawad mo'y kalupay na nagdiligin.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Women Strong Network Building for Innovation and Better Business launch this December 6th. And before I introduce the speaker for today, I'd like to say that she's a woman leader. She's an entrepreneur, a mentor, a mother ducky, a domestic goddess. Monette is the founder and president of Team Asia, a 29-year-old award-winning integrated marketing experience firm that builds brands through branding and design, digital marketing, content marketing, events, and activation, video production as well. Monette is concurrently served as chairwoman of the Hopkins International Partners Incorporated, president of the Government Academe Industry Network GAIN, and vice president of conventions of the Philippine Association, Conventions and Exhibition Organizers and Suppliers, or PASEOS. She's also served as a director of the Tourism Promotions Board, and representing meetings, incentives, travel, conventions, exhibitions, event services, and facilities sector. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the chairperson of the Women's Business Council Philippines, Ms. Monette Iturralde Hamlin.
Thank you very much, Mylene Abiva, and she is a woman on fire. She's our president. A warm, woman-strong greeting from the Women's Business Council Philippines. We are delighted to have with us today our esteemed guests, especially the Honorable Senator Risa Hontiveros, Chair Sandy Montano, Chairperson of the Philippine Commission on Women, Honorable Yanti Raman, Chairperson of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council, Yusek Bless Lantayona, Undersecretary, Regional Operations Group of the Department of Trade and Industry, and Ibu Dia Yusuf, Secretary General of the Indonesia Council for Small Business. Dear guests, last October 12, the Women's Business Council launched the Women Rise Collective Voices, or Learning from Women MSMEs. This was a study that we had commissioned on the needs of Filipino women entrepreneurs today. Women Rise took a close look at sunrise industries and the factors for their success, as well as challenges to progress, such as the use of fintech and the impact of national and local business environments. The study drew out lessons and learnings of MSMEs, particularly those owned and managed by women in the Philippines, from their experiences in adjusting or pivoting and surviving the pandemic and its direct impact on the local economy. It looked at what kind of businesses grew and thrived during the pandemic and picked out lessons and learnings from these businesses. These lessons and learnings were then formulated into recommendations for women entrepreneurs to consider for their own businesses and for government policy formulation. Earlier, we had given these MSMEs who went through the program access to finance through the Small Business Corporation. This is the financial arm of DTI, where they could get loans for their businesses. But today, we are taking this one step further by giving them access to markets. We are happy to announce that the Women's Business Council received a grant for the Upscaling Women's Institutions of Services and Advocacies for Empowerment, or UPWISE, from Global Affairs Canada and to be implemented by the Philippine Business for Social Progress. This grant allows us to establish the Women Strong Network, Building for Innovation and Better Business, with 120 founding members from the Women Rise respondents. Women Biz PH and the Department of Trade and Industry will serve as technical advisors to provide knowledge building and sharing. There are two aims that we wish to achieve with this program. First, to build capacity for business continuity planning. Second, to build a network for sustained knowledge building, exchange, and innovation. And because you and I know that women do not keep the fruits of their success just to themselves, by capacitating the intermediate beneficiaries of this program, Women Strong will impact the ultimate beneficiaries. Who are those? The employees as well as the families of the women-owned, women-led MSMEs. Further, these capacitated MSMEs can then amplify resources and reach through the Women Strong Network, providing real-time feedback to Women Biz DTH as well as to DTI to inform programs for support and development, thus contributing to facilitating national economic recovery, particularly important in this time of pandemic. This initiative that we have today is just one of the many strategic projects that aid in the development of government policies for the economic empowerment of women in business and industry. And we will continue to serve as the voice of women in business and commerce in the Philippines, as we have been doing for almost 25 years since the Women's Business Council was born in 1997. Women Biz is happy to let you know that we will continue to inspire and create opportunities for women in business. Maraming salamat and mabuhay sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much, Monette. All right, and that's also a fellow woman on fire. She's the chairperson and I am the president. And we have with us to introduce our first speaker, one of the leading litigation lawyers in the country. She's currently the senior partner at the Kapunan and Castillo Law Offices. She's an awardee of the 10 Outstanding Women in Nation Service, the Filipino Women's Network 100 Most Influential Filipino Women, and also the Women's Leaders in the World in 2016, and the Top Philippine Lawyers, A-listers from 2018 and 2019. She also has a weekly column of Business Mirror and has a weekly program at DWIZ. Ladies and gentlemen, the Women Biz Trustee, Attorney Lorna Pataho Kapunan.
Thank you very much, Mylene. If I'm a bit wobbly, it's because I'm caught in traffic in my car. But I'm very happy to have this part of the program because I will introduce to you a very close friend and my kababayan from Urdaneta, Pangasinan. Chairperson Sandra S. Montano, Sandy, to many of her friends, is a registered nurse by profession. She is currently the president and CEO of Community Health Education Emergency Rescue Services, rightfully known as CHEERS Corporation, which provides trainings on emergency medical services conforming to the international standards on health and safety. Our chairman's awards and contributions are highly regarded both in the local and international arena. She is a former program coordinator of the Commission on Higher Education National Service Training Program and also sat as a member of the Curriculum Development Expert Panel on Disaster Preparedness of the Department of Education. Our guest speaker earned her diploma in food safety management, which focused on food technology and processing from the University of the Philippines. Chairperson Sandy Montano, the chairperson of the Philippine Commission on Women, which is the prime mover in government for women empowerment. It is my pride and my pleasure to introduce to you for our welcome remarks, Ms. Chairperson Sandra S. Montano, isang magaling na kababayan at kasama natin dito sa Women Biz.
Thank you. Thank you for the generous introduction, my kababayan, Manang, my I'm so proud of to say that I call her Manang, even though halos magkaedad lang siguro kami, Attorney Lorna Kapunan. Yes, we are definitely from Ordaneta, Pangasinan, and we are genuine Ilocana. So thank you so much. Yeah. To our esteemed guests, partners, friends, and fellow advocates on Women Biz Chairperson, Monet Iturralde Hamlin, our Women on Fire, okay, always active and always giggling, our Women Biz President, Sister Mylene Abiva, and of course, our Women of Substance, okay, with class, no other than Attorney Lorna Kapunan. And if there's woman champion on legislative agenda, we know it's Senator Risa Ontiveros, and our mother MSME, kilala niyo na po siguro kung sino siya, Yusek Bless Lantayone, and our sisters in ASEAN, Chairperson Siti Haji Abdul Rahman, the Chairperson of ASEAN Business Advisory Council, and of course, a very energetic Secretary General, Lia Yusof, Indonesia Council for Small Business, whom is also our guest speaker last Saturday in International Council of Small Business Philippines, with the founding president, President Eric Caeg, who is with us today, and all our fellow women, strong women in this network. Okay, so good afternoon at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Today, I'm so proud to express our steadfast support on behalf of the Philippine Commission on Women for the launching of the Women's Strong Network, Building an Innovation for Better Business. This coincides with the 18-day campaign to end violence against women and children that focuses on the Republic Act 11313. Mamaya pong 4 o'clock onwards, magiging speaker po natin sa Attorney Lorna Kapunan doon. So, the Safe Spaces Act focuses on hashtag sana all spaces safe with the theme Safe Space Kasali Tayo. The Philippines has consistently been considered a country with strong women network, especially on business and innovation, aside from high gender equality among countries in ASEAN. Owing to the women and girls' high literacy rate and educational attainment, the presence of women in senior positions in both public and private sectors, among other achievements. And yet on the ground, we know that there are still many more miles to cover to achieve really the equality for all, including in terms of physical and mental health, the economic empowerment, the political participation and leadership that we are facing right now with the 2022 election. The road seems even longer and filled with more hurdles now that the pandemic has changed all aspects of our lives, livelihood, from physical store, it became an online store. PCW is especially grateful for partners like Women Biz, who shares our goals and commitment towards gender equality and women's empowerment. Without allies like Women Biz, UN Women, the Department of Trade and Industry, and our counterparts across APEC and ASEAN, achieving women's economic empowerment would be virtually impossible. Today's event is an indication that all sectors have an important role and contribution, and that while challenges remain, there are also many opportunities, like the launching of the Women Strong, our official partner in APEC and ASEAN, the Women Biz. This collaboration is very, very much needed. We congratulate again Women Biz for their series of webinars and now the launch of Women Strong Network, Building an innovation for better business. We hope to have inspiring stories and practical advices that will hopefully resonate with the fellow leaders in the private sector and emphasize a significant change that stands to be gained not just by women, but by all companies who would like to empower, to lead, to innovate, to communicate and market and strategize with gender perspective in mind, and would ensure that their workplace is a safe space for all, not only for the 18-day campaign, but all times. Again, we look forward to many more years of partnership with Women Biz. Sobrang grateful po ang Philippine Commission on Women sa very active participation ng Women Biz, not only here locally, but also in APEC and in ASEAN and in UN. So we wish everyone good health and more power, and may just say advance happy holidays to all of us. Again, thank you and congratulations. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Chairman Sandy. Ading ko, Diyos Tegnina, ading.
When
Our-
manang, just Agina, see you soon po.
I'll see you later. Okay, our next speaker.
Oh, wait, can we now first give the certificate of appreciation, Attorney Lorna?
Yes, we'd
So
like to
please
give
take, yes, and may we call also Chairperson Monette, and may we call Honorable Chair Yanti Raman to join us also for the photo with the chair. Okay, all right. So may I read? This certificate of appreciation is presented to Chairperson Sandra S. Montano for imparting valuable insights in the message of support during the Women Strong Network ASEAN Lounge, given the 6th day of December 2021. Signed yours truly and Chairperson Monette Iturralde Ramlin. All right, thank you. And may we have our photo? Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Okay, we have our photo. Smile. Okay. All right, thank you.
Chair
Please
Sandy, thank
proceed,
you so
Attorney.
much.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you so
Thank
much,
Chair
Chair
Sandy.
Sandy. I'll see you again later.
Yeah,
Now
see you
to
later,
proceed.
manang. Thank you.
Adinko. Now to proceed with our program, our guest today is much sought after, especially during these 18 days of activism on violence against women and children. She is a senator known for her tireless work in promoting public health, women's rights, and the welfare of the Filipino family. Since her election to the Senate in 2016, Senator Risa Ontiveros has already championed 14 landmark laws, including the historic expanded maternity leave law, the Philippine Mental Health Law, and the Safe Streets and Public Spaces Law, or known as the Bawal Bastos Law. As chairperson of the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality, Senator Risa Ontiveros is currently working to expand the Solo Parents Act and to increase the monthly support of senior citizens through the Lingap para kay Lolo at Lola bill. Senator Risa has received many accolades even before becoming a legislator, including a 2000 Nobel Peace Prize nomination for her work in the peace movement. Despite her busy schedule, Senator Risa is a loving and hands-on mother to 4 children, Kiko, Lana, Isa, and Sinta. Let us give a warm welcome to Senator Risa Ontiveros, who will now give her video presentation. Risa is busy doing the rounds because precisely this is women's 16 days of activism against violence on children. So she has sent us a video message, which I'm sure you will appreciate despite her absence. So maraming salamat, Risa. Please take it away.
Magandang araw sa lahat. I hope you're all safe and healthy. First off, let me thank the organizers, Women Biz PH, not only for giving me an opportunity to partake in this meaningful event, but also for being a partner in helping other women in overcoming challenges, especially with the pandemic, forcing many businesses to close shop. Tayong mga babae, we venture into business for different reasons. To fulfill a lifelong dream, pursue a passion, or in many cases, as additional source of income due to lack of formal jobs. Kakaibabaing diskarte. Yan ang mayroon tayo. At dahil diyan, women continue to dominate the micro, small, and medium enterprises in the country. While women are being recognized for being strong, resilient, and capable of overcoming obstacles, we shouldn't stop with just mere praise or awards. These words mean nothing unless we do something to help each other walk through these struggles. More opportunities should be opened for women in business and leadership. Hindi lang pinto ang dapat pagtulungang buksan, pati bintana. So we can find solutions to common problems of limited access to financing support, training, business development services, and technology that would enhance the competitiveness of women-led MSMEs. Last year, we called on the government agencies to speed up their digital transformation program to help small businesses maximize the use of technology and to guide them in further harnessing digital opportunities. We should also not punish enterprising Filipinos with too many fees, rules, and complicated processes. We must always promote a great ease of doing business and not the hassles of overbearing bureaucracies of past eras. Let us not stop with our present triumphs. Instead, let's treat them as inspiration to post new achievements in women's entrepreneurial journeys. Now, more than ever, women entrepreneurs need support and direction navigating through this unprecedented crisis. As a legislator, I will continue to pass laws that will fully empower women, and I'm encouraging Women Biz PH to join us in this pursuit to help our women entrepreneurs progress. Ang pag-aangat sa kanila ay pag-aangat din sa ating bansa. Maraming salamat at mabuhay tayong lahat.
Okay, and may we call again Attorney Lorna Capuna to please join us in the photo for, yes, Chair Monette, Chair Sandy, and Honorable Chair Yanti. This is for documentation with a good senator. She will ask this from us. Okay, so may we please smile. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Okay, we will send this to her. And she sends her gratitude to all of us for having her here this afternoon. All right, so moving on, our next speaker, we're so honored to have her. She's a registered practicing architect with BAPIC's RIBA chartered member, UK and ASEAN architects, prior to establishing Eco Bumi Architect or EBA. Chair Yanti Yaman was a senior architect with the Public Works Department, Ministry of Development of Brunei for 15 years. She's the first female president of Institution of Surveyor, Engineer, and Architect, or PUJA Brunei, for the term 2018 to 2019. 10 years into the establishment of Eco Bumi Architect, Chair Yanti Raman was appointed by His Majesty the Sultan and Yang Dipertuan of Brunei Darussalam as one of the Brunei Darussalam Legislative Council members. As a Legislative Council member, Chair Yanti Raman actively presents the equality of opinions in all the concerns raised, particularly on issues of education, skills and development, women economic growth. And in order to do this, she actively reaches out to the society in the form of invitations for forums and as speakers for numerous events. Chair Yanti Raman is also co-chairing Manpower Industry Steering Committee, a committee that links industry, relevant regulating agencies, and training and education providers with the aim to align the industry's demand to the right to supply at the right time, both its quality and quantity. She received a doctoral fellowship in architecture from Royal Institute of Singapore in 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, we're honored to have with us the chairwoman of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council, Honorable Chair Yanti Ramath.
Thank you so much, Mylene, for the kind introduction, and good afternoon. Salam sejahtera. Monet Iturralda Hamlin, Chairperson of the Women's Business Councils Philippines, Mylene Abiva, President of the Women's Business Council Philippines, Attorney Lorna Kapunan, Founder of the Women's Business Council Philippines. Our inspiring and resilient businesswomen, distinguished speakers, and my dearest sisters in ASEAN. Mabuhay. And I would firstly like to express my sincere gratitude and congratulate Women's Business Council Philippines for the launching of the Women's Strong Network, Building for Innovation and Better Business. It is truly an honor for me to be with amazing and inspiring women who are breaking the barriers to champion women economic empowerment. I commend and applaud everyone behind the Women's Business Council Philippines for the great work and dedication you have invested in making the voice of women's economic concerns and needs heard and addressed since 1997. There is no doubt that your great effort and sacrifices have created such an impact in Philippine businesses, so much so that 53% of business enterprises in your country is now led by women entrepreneurs, and well done. And during those most trying times in our economic history, I believe nothing is more exciting than to see women band together with a shared vision of capacitating and innovating women MSMEs, who I dare say can lead the charge towards post-pandemic economic recovery faster, safer, and more sustainable than anyone. Do you agree? I am pleased to inform that your advocacy is very much in line with ASEAN BAC's vision towards inclusivity, to make sure that women's economic interests and issues are heard and presented in relevant public and private partnership platforms. And that is why the Council readily welcomed the ASEAN Women of Entrepreneurs Network to be part of our Joint Business Council's platform to ensure that their voice can be heard under the economic pillar of ASEAN and not just through the socio-economic pillar. It is my sincere hope that your council can play a significant role in helping AWEN deepen and fast-track its women economic agenda, and not just for the Philippines, but for ASEAN. Empowering women is serious business. It should translate the equality in women and entrepreneurial opportunities and conditions where economic security is not just an option, but a reality. Aspiring for women's full economic potential and development is the right that must be fully supported and protected. As my brother Joey Concepcion loves to say, we should all have easy access to three things: finance, markets, and mentoring to ensure prosperity for all. We have adopted that as a policy and has also become the mantra of ASEAN BAC for MSMEs, regardless of gender, culture, and nationality. And we were so happy when Joe established the ASEAN Mentorship of Entrepreneurs Network, AMEN, as the Philippine Legacy Project that was launched in 2017. It has become one of the most active legacy projects in our council, I must say. I am delighted to know that many of you here are in one way or other participating in Joey's Go Nego Show mentorship programs, either as mentors or mentees, which I believe is a wonderful initiative that deserves all the encouragement and support. And our dream is for you to become ASEAN mentors and engaging in business, not just in Philippines, but to the whole region as well. Now, under Brunei's chairmanship for ASEAN BAC this year, we are pleased to also inform you that our Brunei Legacy project called HIRED, H-I-R-E-D, means Harnessing Impact with Resilient Employability Digitally. And now HIRED looks at providing opportunities for cross-border digital training and mentorship through online. We welcome young, unemployed, and current workforce across ASEAN region, men or women globally, to join us upskilling and reskilling and be relevant to today's job market. We recently had our 14th ASEAN Business Awards last week, with 5 winners from ASEAN countries winning the Women Entrepreneur Award, namely from Laos, PDR, Vietnam, Malaysia, Philippines, and Singapore. Congratulations. They were assessed and ranked based on their success through leadership, marketing position, company performance, and significant benefits to the company. From Brunei, we also have 2 women-led MSMEs, namely Big Begawan for winning the Inclusive Business Award, and Community for Brunei for winning the Brunei Special Award, Emerging Social Enterprises. And I therefore encourage you to continue actively participating in our ASEAN Back Awards, especially next year during Cambodia's chairmanship. The more we can showcase and give recognition to successful women-led businesses, the better. Not only that we have 2 women-led MSMEs winning the ASEAN Business Awards, we are also proud to have our own princess, Her Royal Highness Princess Azimah Nikmatul Bolkiah, as ASEAN Women in Sports Ambassadors for Brunei. And in recent webinar talk for ASEAN, we score promoting gender equality in and through sports. Her Royal Highness encouraged women and young girls to embark sports as careers and, quote, to instill the never say die attitude. And to know that women-led initiatives and platforms in business have come this far is indeed encouraging and makes me even more proud and determined to shout out to ASEAN and to the world that we are force for change and for good. But we all need to grow more in numbers. And I hope you double in size every year. We all need to grow in substance. And that is why your innovation focus launching today is critical to prepare for the digital transformation and green recovery that we all aspire for. Now, last but not least, we need to grow in style and charms to win the hearts of minds of our governments and private sector partners to be supportive to our cause. Otherwise, what are we women for if we don't fully utilize God-given strength, talents, and uniqueness? Women entrepreneurs can do much more if we allow their wings to fly and access more opportunities. As the only woman country chair in ASEAN Back and serving as chair this year, you can imagine the pressure heaped on my shoulder. Well, after having delivered 71 high-level meetings and a total of 172 regional and global engagements and counting, among other commitments and projects, my council congratulated me for having set a new record and surpassed all the expectations. While I'm so tempted to respond, hey guys, you haven't seen anything yet, I'm just smiling and said, thank you. Seriously, there remains plenty of work to be done. According to APAC Policy Brief number 38 in 2020, women-led MSMEs face serious effects by the COVID-19 crisis, which heavily impacted food services, wholesale, and retail trade. And furthermore, there has been a 30% increase of women in unpaid care and domestic work, as against 16% of men in ASEAN member states, according to ASEAN Gender Outlook. Even more so, this pandemic has rapidly accelerated digital transformation for all MSMEs, which is more alarming and visible. And according to the World Economic Forum, women make up only 26% of AI jobs globally. This shows how women are not represented in the digitalized sector, thus reinforcing that we need to do more in giving them opportunity to access to digital skills, training, and mentorship. So unless we are able to reach out to more women, both in the formal and informal economy, and support them financially and bring the micro business sectors into the mainstream, we cannot stop pushing and rest in our comfort zones. And in conclusion, please consider ASEAN Business Advisory Council as your partner. Let us push this vision and convicted together to overcome barriers and exponentially created opportunities for women-led business to succeed and flourish. So let us all recover, grow stronger together towards an inclusive, resilient, and competitive ASEAN. Sama-sama. Salamat po. Back to you, Mylene. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair Yanti. We know that you are such an inspiration for all of us, not just for the just not women, but also for men as well, because you have really brought the bar up there high as the first woman ASEAN PAC chairwoman. Thank you so much. And just to mention is that we also have with us some of the AMEN mentors here who are also members of the Women's Business Council. We have Cynthia Mamon, we have Flor Tariela, we have Mildred Vitangpol, we have Rosemary Bosch-Ong, Attorney Lorna Kapunan, we have also Monette, Attorney Dick Baladad, and PCW Chair Sandy and myself are also part of AMEN. And of course, our winners of the ASEAN BAC, we have Rosemary Rafael and Chiki Escariago. So we have with us in the midst of the mentors who are women helping women so that we will all succeed together. Sama-sama together, as you have mentioned. Okay, thank you so much. And at this point, may we call Attorney Lorna to join us, PCW Chair Sandy and Chairwoman Monette Iturralde Hamlin for a photo. Okay. All right. Okay. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Honorable Chair Yanti for imparting her insights in the message of support and keynote speech during the Women Strong Network ASEAN launch given the 6th day of December 2021. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat, and let's pose for a picture. Okay. May we also spotlight some of the Women Biz members who I've called earlier. We have Cynthia Mamon, we have Flor Tariela, Dr. Mildred Vitangpol, Rosemary Bosch-Ong. We have Attorney Dick Baladad to join us in the photo. Have I missed anyone? Okay, all right, please switch on. And of course, Ibudia Yusuf and ICSB President Eric Kaig. Okay, please smile. Okay, thank you very much again for such an inspiring. Okay, oh, Cynthia came on. All right, one more please, sorry. Cynthia, okay, because you were late. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, Cynthia Mamon is our queen of the Enchanted Kingdom. She owns the first and only theme park in the Philippines. So, okay, all right, let's move on to the next speaker would be our beloved Undersecretary of Department of Trade and Industry. Prior to her appointment as Undersecretary of the Department of Trade and Industry, Yusek Blesila A. Lantayona was the Assistant Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry Regional Operations Group, in charge of Kapatid Mentor Me, Share Services Facilities, Industry Cluster Enhancement Project, Great Women Project 2, among others. She holds an MBA degree in International Business from École Européenne des Affaires, or European School of Management in Paris, France. In September 2019, she was appointed as the Supervising Undersecretary of the DTI Regional Operations Group, in charge of the 16 regional offices, 81 provincial offices, and the Bureau of Small Micro Enterprise Development. Please welcome our next keynote speaker, Undersecretary Blesila A. Lantayona.
To the esteemed Senator of the Republic of the Philippines, Senator Risa Hontiveros, ASEAN Business Advisory Council Chairperson Yanti Abdul Rahman, Chairperson Sandra Montano of the Philippine Commission on Women, to our partners from the Women Business Council Philippines, headed by Chairperson Monette Iturralde Hamlin and President Mylene Abiba, To my colleagues in the Department of Trade and Industry at head office, as well as in the regions and provinces all over the country, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon to all. At the outset, and on behalf of Secretary Ramon Lopez of the Department of Trade and Industry, let me express DTI's support to this worthwhile and timely endeavor. I like the words Women's Strong Network. It describes the Filipino women united not only as a light bearer of the family or ilaw ng tahanan, but also of the community and of the nation, especially in the midst of darkness. And the darkness that we have right now is the COVID-19 pandemic that has devastated not only the nation, but the whole world as well. That we are slowly emerging from the pandemic is a very encouraging development and challenging as well for the women who would like to take the leadership role and shine that light for our family, community, and country. The question now is, how do we shine our light in this new normal? Statistics reveal that women comprise over half of those who are in business. And this shows that Filipino women are significant contributors to the economic well-being of our family, community, and the nation. This, I believe, is where we can tactically focus the light and become a shining example of how to build back a better, safer, healthy, and resilient economy. We have seen that businesses owned or led by women are among those hard hit by the disruption of the supply chain and cash flow issues. Many enterprises have to periodically stop operations to comply with quarantine restrictions or worse, permanently close. As we slowly emerge from the pandemic, Filipino women entrepreneurs must take up the challenge of rebuilding their businesses, not only to stay competitive, but more importantly, aspire to be resilient and fully capable of thriving in the digital world. Being resilient means the business is able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult situations brought about by natural or man-made calamities or health disasters, including epidemic and pandemic. Resiliency also means doing business in a manner that does not harm the environment. NEDA Director General Kendrick Chua recently stated that among the challenges that we need to keep in mind as we build back is climate change. While we prepare for its devastating effects in the form of extreme weather conditions, such as powerful typhoon, extended drought, and flooding, we as responsible business owners must keep away from producing hazardous chemicals and wastes and maximize the use of sustainable sources of energy. The next aspiration as we build back better is the adoption of digital technology in the way we do business. It is quite true that digitalization of the many aspects of how we do things, including learning, working, socialization, transacting business, has been accelerated by the pandemic. The digital economy is upon us, and the next phase is leveraging our digital skills, not only in transacting business, but in other aspects of running an enterprise, such as utilizing machines to design products, artificial intelligence to produce goods, selling products in the digital market space, and building business networks through the cyberspace. Our task as light bearers of entrepreneurship is to embrace these challenges with our aspirations of a competitive, sustainable, innovative, resilient, and adopting the digital way of doing business. The Department of Trade and Industry will be with you in this journey. We have programs that will address your needs for innovation, rebuilding your business that could ride a storm, supply chains that are flexible from ill effects of climate change and geohazards, and virtual markets that can sell your inventory. For this, you may contact the nearest DTI regional and provincial offices and negosyo centers. Entrepreneurs may access capacity building activities, affordable financing, business and market information, and support in registering your business from our staff, officials, and the business counselors. On this note, let me say that it has been a pleasure to be with strong Filipino women entrepreneurs and enablers. Mabuhay ang kababaihang negosyante. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Yusek Bless. She is now here in the call. May we now welcome Undersecretary Blesila Lantanoya.
Hi, good afternoon. Hi,
Hello, good
Mylene.
afternoon. Hello. Okay, and now as we present, would you like to add on anything to what you've mentioned in your video, Yusek?
Yeah, just let me really congratulate, from the heart, your group for spearheading this activity. And I understand that this is just the launching, and we will be seeing more of you and, the strong women of the Philippines. And we would be very, very glad to partner with you.
Thank you very much. Okay, at this point, may we call back Honorable Chair Yanti Raman, Chair Sandy, Chair Monette. Do we have Attorney Kapunan still in the call? Is she still in the call? All right.
Yeah,
Okay, this
here.
certificate. Okay, Chair Sandy and Attorney Kapunan is still in the call. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
All right,
we're
this
here.
certificate of appreciation is presented to Undersecretary Blesila A. Lantanoya for imparting her valuable insights in the message of support during the Women's Strong Network ASEAN launch given the 6th day of December 2021. Okay, may we all smile? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yusek.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very
at this
much.
Thank you, and
Good
we look forward to working with the
afternoon.
Department of Trade and
Good
Industry.
afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to the mother of MSME. I miss you.
Yeah.
Bless.
Thank you. Yes, it's as if we
Alright.
did not see each other last Saturday.
Yeah.
No?
Weekend.
Yes, yes.
All right. So at this
Thank
point,
you.
may we now
Thank you,
request
everyone.
everyone to please turn on their videos for a group photo with all our dignitaries and all our speakers, our guests. So please turn on your videos so that we can document everyone who has participated in this momentous event. Okay, so we have also Ms. Sabsi Palanca, also a Women Biz member here. She's a founding member as well. Thank you, welcome. Okay, so please tell us when. Okay, we have quite a few of us here all right, say one. Okay, first page. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, next page. Just keep smiling, please. We have 5 pages. We are the Women Strong. Okay. All right, 1 more, 2 more. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, let's proceed to the next part of the program. Okay. At this point, we would like now.
Hi.
Thanks.
Yusek. Thank you so much, Undersecretary.
Thank you.
For-
Thank you.
Please stay if you can.
Yes.
All right, at this point, we would now like to welcome more women strong organizations so that we can have a stronger Women's Business Council Philippines. We are today welcoming the Alliance member organizations. Alliance member organizations refer to women groups, associations, organizations, or women committees of business and professional organizations whose objective is aligned with the Women's Business Council Philippines or aimed towards the development of women in business and or the economy. Membership is by invitation only for collaboration and resource sharing. So let's now welcome our Alliance member organizations. First up is Women in Commerce. We have the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, represented by Ms. Teresita Ngantian. Next, we have the Women in Marketing, represented by the Philippine Marketing Association by the incoming president, Maya Kadungog. We also have the Women in Retail. We have the Philippine Retailers Association, President Rosemary Bosch Ong. We have the Women Service Contractors. We have the Philippine Association of Legitimate Service Contractors, or PALSCON. We have the President, Ms. Rhoda Castro Caliwara. We have also with us the Women in Technology, or WeTech Philippines. We have the WeTech Manila President, Ms. Jaira Bueno. And we have Indian Women in Enterprise, or IWE. We have the President, Ms. Prilan Lashmi Murugasen. So ladies, can you please get your pledge, and please repeat after me and raise your right hand. This is the Women's Business Council Membership Pledge. Please state your name. Rosemary, you're on mute. Okay. Jaira, you're on mute. Okay. This membership pledge, state your name. Representing, state your organization.
Representing the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Representing Indian Women in Enterprise.
Having been duly admitted as Alliance member.
Having been duly admitted as Alliance member.
Alliance of the Association. Of the Women's Business Council Philippines Incorporated.
Of the Women's Business Council Philippines Incorporated.
I solemnly promise and pledge.
I solemnly promise and pledge.
That I will wholeheartedly support and defend the aims.
That I will wholeheartedly support and defend the aims.
Purposes and principles.
Purposes and principles.
For which Women Biz PH was created.
For which Women Biz PH was created.
That I will abide by and uphold its bylaws.
That I will abide by and uphold its bylaws.
And that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily.
And that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily.
Without equivocation or mental reservation.
Without equivocation or mental reservation.
So help me God.
So help me God. So help me God.
Okay, so all the Women Biz members, please give a virtual welcome to all our new Alliance members. We're making the Women's Business Council stronger, and we're also opening our networks to more organizations and committees in the same goals. Okay, so we are truly women strong. That's what we can say.
Welcome. Welcome to the Women's Business Council.
Welcome to the Women's Business Council Philippines. Okay, more collaboration and resource sharing with you. Okay. So let's move on. Thank you very much, ladies. And let's move on to another part of why we are here. For the signing of the grant agreement, the virtual signing of the grant agreement, I have the form with the Philippine Business for Social Progress. So may I call in Mr. Elvin Uy, Executive Director of the Philippine Business for Social Progress, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. Magandang hapon, Mylene, sa lahat ng kababaihan. Good afternoon to all the women leaders here. I feel humbled to be with you, and it's a pleasure to be with such strong advocates for women and gender justice. Philippine Business for Social Progress has been operating at the nexus of corporate citizenship, sustainable development, and poverty reduction since 1970 and 1971. We were formed half a century ago to answer one fundamental question: how can private businesses in the Philippines, whether local or multinational, any size, any location, contribute to poverty reduction? And for the past 50 years, one of the answers that always go back is we have to empower girls and women. So we welcome this opportunity to work with organizations such as Women Biz PH, leaders such as Mylene, Monette, and everyone else in this room, because truly, the future is she. In fact, the present is she. And so was the past. All of us come from a she. All of us come from a she. I say that because my mom is still confined in the hospital. She was supposed to go home today, but she hasn't. But okay lang, okay lang. She fought off sepsis, in fact. She fought off sepsis, and she's a fighter. And I say all of this in honor of her and every woman, every girl who struggles for a better life for the people that she loves, whether in business, in communities, in government, in academia, in research, everywhere. All of you are champions in your own right. And for as long as we are Philippine Business for Social Progress, capital PBSP, but also capital P, small b, small s, small p, Philippine Business for Social Progress, we will continue to be partners of women and girls everywhere. Now, let me just say that we're happy to also say, or to share, that Women's Biz PH is one of those groups that we selected as part of our joint work with Global Affairs Canada. We have an ongoing program called the Women's Rights Action and Advocacy Project, which aims to empower women's rights organization and women's rights network, or networks and organizations throughout the country. And Women Biz PH is one of the few grantees that we have so far that really focus on the role of women in the private and business sector. So we welcome the expertise, we welcome the network, we welcome the stewardship of women and girls' interests and issues in the business sector. Mahalagang mahalaga po yan, at kailangan po natin siyang paigtingin. So again, thank you so much, Women Biz PH, Mylene, Monette, your entire team, for everything that you do. PBSP will continue to be a champion, an ally, and hopefully to be considered as one of women, the prime movers of this sector, as we continue our work with the Women's Rights Action and Advocacy Project, the Women's Fund Facility, and all of our other work to empower women in health, education, environment, livelihood, and ultimately fighting poverty and inequity in all of our communities. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat at maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, ED Elvin Uy. So I will just show the form that I signed so that all the members of the Women's Business Council know that I signed a standard form. So this is the form. All right. So just one picture with the ED. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So thank you so much. We will now move on to what Women Strong is all about, so that we have a clear view of what is in store for the Women Strong Network members, founding members. And at this point, I'd like to call in Lizelle Dunuan, who is the Women Strong Network M&E lead, to explain to us or give us a preview of what's in store to all the Women Strong, not only here in the Philippines, but we're opening also some mentorship by the ASEAN. And Ibu Dia will be sharing with us some of the exciting news about that. Okay, Lizelle Dunuan, please take it away.
Thank you, Mylene. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Chairperson Monette. I'm happy to be back again and joining you in this important event. And so for this afternoon, we'd like to share with you what we have in store for those who will be participating in the Women Strong Network. Particularly, this project is aimed to build for innovation and better business. No? So the project goals are twofold. So first of all, we'd like to build the capacity. By building capacity, we are, of course, referring to women MSMEs. So as we all know, Women Biz commissioned the Women Rise research project, which was essentially about the impact of the pandemic and the lockdowns that came with it on women-owned MSMEs in the Philippines. So because of that research, we were able to see what types of capacity building were needed by MSMEs. And this primarily is focused on business continuity planning. And aside from that, we also are, of course, one of the goals is to build a network for sustained knowledge building, exchange, and also innovation, because that's also, as well as we know, very important in order for MSMEs to grow and expand and build their business. So next slide, please. So for the first objective, since we're talking about capacity building, we are looking at training 120 women-owned MSMEs with the skills and tools that will capacitate them for business continuity by the year 2022. So based on the results of the Women Rise survey, the following topics were identified. So training courses on, the first one is on change management and innovative product development, because as we found out in the Women Rise survey, one of the important factors for success of women-owned MSMEs is the ability to pivot and the ability to change strategy and direction. So in terms of change management and innovative product development, we feel that this is much needed by our MSMEs. We also are looking at the training on finance education, which was an explicit need from women-owned MSMEs, as well as training on digital marketing tools and tips, because as you all know, technology is much needed, and women-owned MSMEs need to adapt so that they can thrive in this digital world. And for the training on e-commerce and training on e-commerce primarily, but not just the training on e-commerce, we were able to, of course, leverage on partnerships that we've had. So it's not just Women Biz, the Women Biz Council and its members, but we are also happy to announce that we have collaboration with two very big and very prominent organizations. One of them is the Indian Women in Enterprise, or IWE. It's represented right now by its president, Priya Lashmi Murugesan, or Priya. And also the other group that we are referring to is the Filipino Online Professional Service Cooperative, and is represented this afternoon by its president, Rochefel Rivera, and executive director, Charlene Fortunado. So perhaps I'd like to ask our partners, maybe we can ask Priya first and Charlene to share a few words about the upcoming collaboration with Women Biz and for the Women Strong Network.
Thank you so much, all of you wonderful ladies, and it's an honor and a privilege to be representing Indian Women in Enterprise today in this very prestigious forum, talking about the obligation that IWE will have towards this program. We have taken up supporting the e-commerce platform. IWE has already, partake in this initiative through our flagship projects like Sarap India, bringing an e-cookbook on an e-commerce platform like Lazada. And we've also started supporting artisans and craftsmen to become digitally savvy and to provide them a livelihood through digital platforms such as Lazada and also Facebook marketing. So we would continue to work with all of your esteemed organization and the members of this network, and we hope to bring more economic empowerment and livelihood to more women through the digital and e-commerce platform. So thank you again.
Thank you, Priya. Perhaps Rochelle or Charlene would like to share a few words.
It's on mute, Charlene.
Yes, Rochelle, can you say a few words about the modules and excite them about what they will learn? Oh, what happened? Charlene? Okay. All right.
Hi, sorry. Naghang. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry I wasn't, I'm not prepared right now to discuss the whole module, but just to give you an overview of what the module is all about. It's a ladderized training program that we were creating, and we will start it with the very basic, with the let's say basic virtual assistant skills, for example, from transcription to data entry, basic graphic design, basic copywriting, everything, all of the small skills that they can already use to apply and look for jobs. So for example, maghahanap na sila kaagad ng trabaho sa, let's say, sa Upwork, sa onlinejobs.ph. We call that agency platforms online. So dito tuturuan din sila how they're going to create a profile, freelancer profile na mapapansin ng kliyente, how the profiles will look more appealing to the clients. So something like that. Sorry, I'm not really prepared to discuss all of it right now, but at least you know that the training is ladderized, like from level 1, 2, and level 3. So they will be taught all the skills needed in order to become an online freelancer, or in order to look for clients online and technically apply the skills that they will learn in the training program itself. So yun lang.
Thank you, Rochelle. So we're happy that the two organizations are here with us this afternoon. So just to give everyone an idea of what's in store for our network members when they join us for this particular project. So can we go back to the slide? We'd like to share additional information as well for the rest of the activities that we have for Objective 2, which is pertains to the network building itself. No? So we would like to establish, the project would like to establish the Women Strong Network with 120 MSMEs as founding members. Founding members because we are hoping that it will be more than 120, and that 120 is our target. And we do hope, of course, that DTI and other organizations such as PCW, for example, will also be on board to become technical advisors and mentors for our Women Strong Network members, as well as the Women Biz Council of the Philippines members as well. So the network aims to provide the space for knowledge building and sharing and innovation, no, by within the year wherein we have the project duration. So among the highlights for network building is, of course, creating the Women Strong ASEAN Facebook group, which is the link is shared here, and as well as organizing and conducting the inception meeting for the Women Strong Network and capstone summit meetings for the Women Strong Network. There will also be a Women Strong virtual market fair wherein members will be able to share and showcase their products and hopefully, of course, be able to expand their market beyond the Philippines or beyond their regular market. So mentoring and will also be made available to, and this will come from the Women Biz Council members, the Department of Trade and Industry, and other business experts, for example, such as Go Negosyo, and not just locally, but also from ASEAN. And business matching with ASEAN womenpreneurs is also part of what we are planning for the Women Strong Network. So that is all. It's not all. It's already a lot, but we do hope that everyone will be able to support us as we build this, and also implement this project, no? So that we have a really strong network that will be able to support women MSMEs for innovation and better business. So thank you, Mylene.
Thank you very much to our partners, and thank you so much, Lizelle. And we do look forward to a successful Women Strong network. And later on, we will be venturing into more collaboration with our sisters from the ASEAN through mentorships and also for business matching. And now at this point, let's meet some of the women who are part of the Women Strong Network Philippines here. But first, we'd like to watch first a video of one of the Women Strong Network beneficiaries or participants.
Assalamualaikum. Alam ba ninyo na ang Lake Lanao ay tinaguri ang isa sa pinakamalinis at ikapitong makalumang lawa sa buong mundo? Maranao ang tawag sa mga nakatira dito. Taong 2017, sinubok ng karahasan ng gera ang Marawi. 24 na barangay ang pilit na bumangon sa kinalalagyang Ground Zero. Bilang Maranao na mayroong pambusong epiko ng Darangen, isang inspirasyon si Arkat Lawanen, ang prinsesang dinukot, pinahirapan at nailigtas ni Prinsipe Bantugan laban kay Sultan sa Lindagaw. Kasalukuyan, maihahambing natin ang abduction of the princess sa Marawi 6. Si Arkat Lawanen ay inspirasyon ng pagkakaisa ng mga kababaihang Maranao na itaguyod ang kabuhayan, pinagkaisa, nangarap at bumangon. Ang kanilang talento sa paghahabi ng traditional landap malong, sukip at balot ay minana pa sa mga ninuno. Taong 2018 sa suna ng Pangulo ng Pilipinas, ginamit ang telang balut bilang palamuti. Ito'y naging hudyat ng Maranao Woman Empowerment. Ang advokasya ng Arkat Lawanen ay Maranao Artisan Empowerment at preserbasyon ng katutubong kultura. Ano man ang kwento mo sa buhay, isulong ang puwersa ng kapayapaan at kabuhayan ng mga kababaihang Maranao ang ating kampiyon.
Okay, so that is a video of our first Women Strong Network beneficiary. And let's welcome, she's also a prominent figure in the Philippine Commission on Women. Let's welcome Commissioner Aslia Limbona to talk about Arkat Lawanen. And one question to be asked, since we need time, how can Women Strong Network help you in your business resilience planning? Okay, let's put on Commissioner Aslia Limbona from Arkat Lawanen, Marawi, Lanao del Sur.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Ma'am Mylene, Ma'am Monette Hamlin, and of course, my idol, Attorney Lorna Kapunan, and our distinguished guest, Honorable Senator Risa Ontiveros, our very energetic Philippine Commission on Women Chairperson, Sandra Montano. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. And all the strong women bees watching and being part of this program. It is indeed my privilege, and I'm very honored to be considered as one of the speaker, to be able to amplify the voice of the voiceless, especially coming from our Maranao artisans. It is my privilege and honor. I would like also to commend Attorney Lorna Kapunan, who one of the very first person who brought our Arkat Lawanen dolls. The Arkat Lawanen dolls was inspired right after the Marawi siege. We have witnessed most of the Maranao artisans trapped in a situation wherein they have lost everything. Being a woman of resiliency, we tried to revive our local textiles, and that's where our Arkat Lawanen local textiles in Marawi City was able to capture the local market. Empowering women does not need a very high-tech technology. An empowered woman would always be very resilient. and the network that we were able to survive, because here in Manila, we were able to reach out some clients, some very empowered women who patronizes our local products. Being part of the Woman Bees is such it's just an honor to begin with. I would like also to commend Yusek Bless Latoya, the DTI, for giving the different project that was able to pass in Marawi, wherein most of our women Maranao entrepreneurs were able to attend. So ibig sabihin po, ang empowerment ng Women Bees ay nagsisimula po doon sa mga leaders who would listen from people like us, doon ho sa mga remote areas na wala kaming pwedeng makausap. But then, when there are groups of strong and empowered women like Ma'am Mylene who would try to reach out, like Attorney Lorna Kapunan, we will never get lost. We can start, we can be resilient kung ano man ang meron kami. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat at salamat po sa pagkakataon na binigay ninyo sa akin. Wassalam.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yay!
Congratulations for all of the efforts that you're doing, especially for our Katlawanin.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Lovely to see you again.
Yeah, Attorney.
Yes.
I miss you, Attorney Kapunan. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. And now may we call our next Woman Strong founding member. We have Joan Sofonco Minia Nebrida from Nueva Vizcaya. All right, Joan, I saw your name. Joan is from Nueva Vizcaya, which is northern part of
Northern part of
Luzon.
Nueva Vizcaya, ma'am.
All right, my question is, how can Women Strong Network help you in your business resilience planning? Okay,
At
go
the
ahead.
moment, a pleasant afternoon to everyone. Thank you so much for making me a part of this event. It's indeed a very rare privilege, and I always look forward to stay connected with women. And since my business is actually a pandemic baby, I believe that Women Strong Network could really help me in reaching out to womenpreneurs in our area, especially the coffeepreneurs who are producing specialty coffee in Nueva Vizcaya. I would like, since our advocacy is farm to market, since our farm to cup advocacy, we look forward to empower more women to produce more coffee to help us in delivering more quality coffee experiences to a lot of people. So that's really our heart for coffee, for the coffee industry. It's really more focused on the coffee industry.
Thank you very much, Joan. And later on, maybe we can do some business matching with our sisters from the ASEAN as well.
Yes.
Okay, and thank you. Thank you. Please stay because we have also another photo with all of you with ladies. Now let's call Judith Atienza Cinco from San Pedro, Laguna. That's from the south. Yes, Judith Atienza Cinco. She is the co-owner of Imagery Watch Store from San Pedro, Laguna. All right, Jude. Okay, Jude. All right, are you in the call? All right. Okay, I guess, okay, last call for Jude. And we have, Jude, go ahead, go ahead. Okay, just stop, Jude.
Ba't natagalan, sir?
Yeah, Jude, you're good? All right, okay. Maybe she was here in the call, but maybe we lost her. Okay, do we have Dale Binalia from Las Piñas? Maybe they're using a different name, and also Paula Bayao from Baguio City. Just switch on your video, please, ladies, if you're using a different name. All right. I guess we only have, okay. All right. So at this point, we would like to have a a photo with the two representatives from the Women's Strong. We have Commissioner Aslia Limbona and Ms. Joan Sopongko Minya Nebrida from Nueva Vizcaya. All right, so please, Chair Sandy, Chair Monette. Okay. Okay. Let's okay, everyone. Okay, for documentation. Okay, where's Com Limbona? She's gone. She's there. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, ladies. And then we will be contacting you for the activities for this coming Women Strong. All right.
Mylene,
At
Thank
this-
you, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Mylene, may I say something? Already,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
already the access to networks and to markets has started. We already have questions as to where can they get and where can they buy the beautiful fabric that was shown by Commissioner Libona.
Yeah.
And also, where do we order the coffee? So ayan, you already have orders from us. So you
Great.
need to let us know how we can get in touch with. It's Christmas time. That's the time that we need to buy gifts. So please take advantage.
For our
Okay.
fabrics, may I speak po? Para po sa fabrics ng Arcat Lawanen, you can contact us. Nandun lang po kami sa PCW. I will ask our beautiful chairperson na magkaroon kami doon ng konting area para mailagay namin
Yeah.
doon. And
It should be.
yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you very much po.
Okay. Great. So we will have a showcase of the products of Women Strong.
Commissioner
in the
Limbona
Philippine
also has
Commission and
Mylene and Monette. Now, the reason
Yes,
I
attorney.
met Commissioner Limbona was she crafted a lot of dolls with the
Yes.
Marawi costumes. So that's how I got involved with her, and I'm grateful
Wonderful.
that she named one doll after me, the Lorna doll.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
So we can have a
Show
doll.
us.
Yes. And hopefully,
I like one.
attorney, I can make another one for you. Inshallah. Busy lang talaga.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you.
Lalaki na
Thank you.
partner.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we will introduce for our next speaker. Oh, she is a power woman like us, Women Strong. As she is an Indonesia entrepreneurship development enthusiast. Ibu Dia is very enthusiastically involved and dedicate her time through many social communities and working with government projects to develop SME in Indonesia since 2005, as well as develop her own business. She founded Indonesia Prima as business support organization with global network to developing accountable Indonesian enterprises, which aligns with the sustainable development for better life. She's also a business consultant and business coach for many business owners and organizations in Indonesia and in other countries. Ibu Dia is also the Secretary General of the Indonesia Council for Small Business, and she is the director for the ICSB Womenpreneurs Indonesia, former Vice President for Community Empowerment International Council for Small Business Indonesia, and the former Vice President for Partnership International Council for Small Business, is a nonprofit organization devoted to continuing management education for entrepreneurs and small businesses. It's founded in 1955, and the International Council for Small Business, or ICSB, was the first international membership organization to promote the growth and development of small businesses worldwide, with its headquarters in Washington, D.C., USA. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a wonderful friend, a wonderful person. She's a giving person. Please welcome Ibu Dia Yusuf.
Thank you. Good day. Selamat siang. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings from Jakarta, Indonesia. First of all, thanks for having me here. Thanks, my dear friend, Mylene Abiva, President, Women's Business Council Philippines. Good day, Monette Iturrate Hamlin, Chairperson, Women's Business Council Philippines. Attorney Lorna Kapunan, trustee and founding members of Women's Business Council Philippines, Senator Risa Hontiveros, Senator of the Philippines, Ibu Yanti Rahman, Chairwoman ASEAN Business Advisory Council, Ms. Blesila Lantayona, Department of Trade and Industry, and also Ms. Sandra Montano, Chairperson, Philippine Commission on Women. So delighted and honored to be here, Women Strong Network launching. Thank you, Mylene, to introduce me. My name is Dia Yusuf. I am entrepreneur and business advisor, and also a co-founder of a Global 5 Network. We just have our second Global Women Conference last week, and also founder of Indonesia Prima, Indonesia, a business support organization for entrepreneurship development, and also Secretary General and blah, blah, blah. Actually, Philippines is always in my heart because my first international partnership is with Filipino. 2013, if I'm not wrong, the first time I going to Manila in Pasig City, Robinson, Pasig City. So I think I really enjoyed this friendship also with Mylene to continuing, and also with Eric from ICSB Philippines to continuing relationship together. So ASEAN is the world's third most populous economy, and over the next decade is expected to become the world's fourth largest domestic consumption, which powers roughly 60% of gross domestic product today, is estimated to double to $4 trillion. As we look further into the future, ASEAN growth will be propelled by 4 mega forces. Number 1 is favorable demographic. Number 2 is a rising income levels. Number 3 is a geopolitical shift and digital tailwinds. Over the next decade, ASEAN will see 140 million new consumers, representing of 16% of the world's consumers, many of whom will make their first online purchase and buy their first luxury product in ASEAN. Income levels are rising, with regional GDP per capita expected to grow by an annual 4%, similar to the US, to $6,600 in 2030, causing many product categories to reach inflection points where consumption takes off. ASEAN will be the popular destination for foreign investment as multinationals rebalance supply chains to diversify geopolitical risks and make the most of the region's low-cost labor. I take this data from World Economic Forum report by June 2020, Future of Consumption in Fast Growth Consumer Markets, ASEAN 2030. As the middle class population expands to include 70% of the Asian population by 2030, the total consumption will double across the region, with the Philippines experiencing the highest consumption growth. The total consumption will be double. Asian consumption will grow by 2.2 times to nearly $4 trillion by 2030, compared to China at 1.9 times and India at 4 times, and Indonesia projected $1.3 trillion will represent 1/3 of Asia's consumption, making it the region's largest consumption opportunity. So business capabilities required for the firm of the future, especially, of course, us as Asian womenpreneurs. Women entrepreneurs are gaining more and more acceptance and support today, as we also hear from previous speaker about how they are really support for a womenpreneurship. This is because society has finally begun to acknowledge the many challenges women entrepreneurs face to make their presence felt in the entrepreneurial world. The future is female. Why womenpreneurs? Women bring unique qualities to leadership roles that can make a major difference for organization. This is, as we know, this is the first time in history we're seeing large number of women at the head of a major international corporation. For example, just yesterday, Disney, after 98 years, chose Susan Arnold as the first woman CEO in the Disney USA. While there is still a long way to go, we are seeing changes to women leadership. According to a study about female leadership, spanning a variety of unique characteristics were identified that set apart women when it comes to leadership. Women leaders are more persuasive. Women leaders demonstrate an inclusive, team-building leadership style of problem-solving and decision-making. Women leaders are more likely to ignore rules and take risks. It means that more resilience and confidence. Then women leader also have the ability to wear many hats as a mom, as a leader, as a wife, as a tete, etc. So women leaders can provide better mentorship because we have a sense of nurturing. So that's why the word is need women leaders. Despite of the opportunity and potential, female leaders also have some challenges. Women can tackle those challenges head-on by focusing on 3 recurring themes. Confidence, to found and realize their strength. Number 2 is a growth mindset, to learn from their mistake and courage to take any risk. Number 3 is a networking, to broaden as opportunity seekers. Because actually the essential of being entrepreneur is opportunity seeking, risk taking, then collaboration and partnership. So based on that, what actually womenpreneurs need? They need a supportive community, including their local family, husband, and kids. Like we do today, we are Women Support Women. Number 2 is entrepreneurial education continually. So not only a one time, but should be a continually with mentorship. Then number 3 is empowered. Then a connecting and a networking, collaboration. And womenpreneurs need role models to inspire and motivate that they can do. Mentor and advisors, especially as we have multi-role, this part of a mentors and advisor will be crucial to have by womenpreneurs. So in this webinar, I take this moment to remind that we, ASEAN womenpreneurs, should make any bridging to connecting all potential we have to support economic development in the region, which is based on sustainable development goals. Asian business matching, mentoring, investment and funding opportunity can be initiated by this forum. And Mylen and I will starting to have initial partnership in January 2022 about the webinar and mentorship women in agribusiness. And of course, with all of your support, we can continue with other development activities. In Indonesia right now, I'm create a womenpreneurship development program. We call it 1000 Womenpreneurs Indonesia. This is a pre-incubator stage, 5 months intensive program with a 10 powerful masterclass, then also international mentors and one-on-one business advisory from selected and trained experts. We also have a Womenpreneurs Talk, which Mylen also become my guest speaker last month, a serial talk show to inspiring and motivating womenpreneurs through the real womenpreneurs practitioners who already take a roller coaster journey to growing their business. So I think we can have such a program together. Finally, my message for womenpreneurs, just design your own success, map your roadmap. You are unique and have your own style. We don't need to be a man. We have our own strength and the courage to fight what we believe. Hope we can soon meet in person. And I also have a business partner in Manila. Maraming salamat. Thank you. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih, Ibu Dia. Thank you. And yes, we're looking forward to the first kickoff of the partnership with ASEAN Womenpreneurs. And this will be for the women in agribusiness this coming January, because we have a lot to share for the mentorship and for the business matching. Okay. And you also mentioned about some of the other programs that you are doing in Indonesia. Maybe perhaps Women's Business Council leadership can also, talk about, have conversations so that we can perhaps have some of
Yeah.
the implemented
Maybe
here
like
as well.
Yeah, just idea. Yeah, 1,000 womenpreneurs Indonesia, 1,000 womenpreneurs Philippines, 1,000 women business Vietnam, etc. Then we have 1,000 womenpreneurs ASEAN, or ASEAN 1,000 womenpreneurs. So we can we can talk later about this program. But I think this will be exciting to have a collaboration with
All right.
people. Thank you.
Terima kasih. Thank you. Thank you. Let's give a virtual applause to Ibu Dia Yusuf. She's a very busy woman, but she has given us her time. Thank you so much. And may I call back our chair, Monet, Attorney Lorna,
Terima
to
kasih. Terima
Terima
kasih.
kasih, to present our certificate of appreciation to Ibu Dia Yusuf for imparting valuable insights in the message of support during Women Strong Network ASEAN launch, given the 6th day of December 2020. Okay, terima kasih. So we have Chair Sandy, Chair Monet, Attorney Lorna, and myself for the photo. Okay. Okay. Smile. Do you have other women from the womenpreneurs? Maybe we can call them. I saw some of the members from ICSB.
No,
Some
no.
members? Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. Okay. Chair Sandy, you want to say anything to Sister Ibu Dia Yusuf? You're on mute.
Ibu Dia, thank you so much for inspiring our strong women in the Philippines. And I've heard you last Saturday during our ICSB First Summit. Congratulations. We're looking forward to meeting you face-to-face next year in Indonesia. Yeah.
Or in Manila.
Or in
It can
Manila.
be both, Chair.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Chair Monet, would you like to share a few words?
I miss Tuk over there. Tuk is Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Chair
you so
Monet,
much,
yes.
Ibu Dia. We cannot thank you enough for being with us this afternoon and for opening up these doors for collaboration. We are very, very excited to really start working not just with the Wintremeters here in the Philippines, but to extend our network to ASEAN. So we are excited for the collaboration. Thank you so much. Terima
Attorney
kasih.
Lorna? Attorney Lorna?
Yes, I'd like to thank Ma'am Dia, and really your experiences and the experiences of those ahead of us have really paved the way for Women Biz to be firm in its resolve to build stronger ties within the region, and not only within the region. We will conquer not only ASEAN, we will conquer the world.
Yes.
And that is because of women like you who have been our leaders, and especially with Commissioner Sandy, who has gotten all of our women in the Philippines involved, not only here in nation building, but in world leadership. So maraming salamat. Thank you so much, and mabuhay, as we say. And we will see you. We will see you anywhere you want. Name the place, name the time. We will be there. Even if my son is listening to me, he is my vaccine police. Even if my vaccine police is listening to me, I will be there.
So, Attorney Lorna,
Thank
you have
you.
your own IETF at home.
Yes,
Yeah.
all boys.
Yeah.
In fact, he's hovering around right now, finding out about my travel plans again. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Terima kasih. Thank you,
Terima kasih.
Ibu Dia
And see
Yusuf.
you.
We will see you very soon. We'll plan for our kickoff for January to start the year for women economic empowerment. Isn't that the best way to start? Women strong and then starting it really strong. Okay, all right. So at this point, we're at the end of our program. And we do have one announcement from the Women's Business Council Philippines. Please, for those who still do not have copies of the I Am Woman Gender Responsive Guide for Business and Corporate Leaders, we only have a few left, a few of the printed copies left. So please take the opportunity to have a copy for yourself. It's 599 pesos for the printed copy, 499 for the ebook. And then if you want the bundle, it's 699 for the printed and the ebook. So if you are interested, please call our Women Biz Secretariat Jerome at the mobile number 0943-911-5540 or email admin@womenbiz.ph. Okay, and next we'd like to invite you, if you have your QR readers, please, or screenshot this QR code. We invite you to be part of the Women Strong Network, Building for Innovation and Better Business. This is a public Facebook page. We do have a separate page for the members because we will be conducting all the lessons in that page. But this is open for all. So please do screenshot this QR code and please be part of the Women Strong Network, Building for Innovation and Better Business here in ASEAN. So with that, I'd like to say thank you very much for your time. And again, Merry Christmas to all. And let's start 2002 for Women Strong Network as well as a strong economy. And sama-sama together, let's recover and thrive. Thank you and God bless.
Dapat meron tayong ganon, di ba, pag Women Strong.
We need a sign. We need a sign for Women Strong.
Yeah.
Baka ganun pwede, no?
Yes. Katulad nung...
Women Strong.
Yeah, Women Strong.
We have a logo.